The new year started off with some terrible acts of violence and losses of life. Just because these attacks, however, didn't happen close to our homes doesn't mean that they can't. That's the important thing here. So that has us asking our own local officials exactly what are we doing now to stay a step ahead of the bad guys?
When you think of the capital region, you probably don't see it high up on the list of targets potential terrorists would seek out. Don't be fooled.
We are the classic soft target. We're located, almost directly in the middle between Montreal and New York City. We do have quite a few special events here, some of them very large, like the Belmont Festival.
The capital region is the type of place that's easily reachable, yet small enough to fall through the cracks, with the FBI and other law enforcement agencies so heavily focused on the largest cities across the country. Right now, almost all the attention is on New Orleans. The death toll there is climbing after authorities say an Army veteran from Texas used a pickup truck to run over dozens of people who were out celebrating the New Year in the very busy and popular Bourbon Street.
Unfortunately, this happened, and as we sit there and we look on a national level about domestic terrorism going on, it's getting out of control. It's up. It's through the roof. The data analytics on this.
Albany County Executive Dan McCoy says we all need to keep our guards up. Saratoga Springs Public Safety Commissioner Tim Cole agrees, saying we have to think beyond the fear of what could come next.
The idea is we're trying to prevent the next critical incident rather than to respond to it.
Whether it's the games at MVP Arena or the numerous other major events that come to the capital region, like the Travers Stakes and Belmont Festival, local law enforcement are constantly reworking their strategies to keep all of us safe. One thing they did last year might have even prevented the tragedy caused in New Orleans by the truck driver.
In the Belmont Festival, we used a mobile barrier system in certain parts of our intersections. They're stop and drop mobile barriers. They're metal, and they prevent a vehicle from going through the intersection. Also, we need to look at, should you have a layered approach at certain intersections? In other words, you just have not just one checkpoint, but two checkpoints.
We try to plan to the best of our abilities, but I will say this to you and to your viewers. You're the ones on the front line. You're the ones that are in the streets every day. You're the ones that take a certain path to work or drive a certain way, or you got your routine down. You know if a stranger's in your neighborhood. You know if there's a strange vehicle in your neighborhood. You can tell when something's out of the ordinary in a community. So we're asking you to speak up. Call the emergency 911. Reach out to your local police agencies and let them know.
Now, at this time, law enforcement tells us they are not aware of any threats towards us right here in the capital region. Still, they are advising all of us to stay vigilant, as you heard right there. That means if we see something suspicious, we need to report it to the authorities.